that we can bridge where we left off and where we are going to enter into. So this is a quick recap. And then we're going to understand why Krishna is the cosmic window. So then you're going to learn about Divya Netra. What is Divya Netra? And you're also going to learn how to love Krishna to experience him. And then, of course, how seeing the divine form is possible. The Darshan. What is a Darshan? Okay, and then here, what creates a separation, which is fear. And then here we talk about the guru-disciple relationship, and which is guru cannot be put into a frame. And then enlightenment is about completion with the master. And then we talk about enriching as part of our life breath. Okay, and we will enter into a meditation to experience this Visvarupa of Krishna. So this is, in essence, the flow that we're going to cover in today's session. So it's going to be quite a lot. So without further ado, I'm going to hand over to Sri Vedavyasa to take over to invoke the mantra for the session. Nityanandam.
Nityanandam, everyone. So let us start the darshan with invoking the mantra, invoking Bhagavan Sri Krishna. Om Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Chanooramardhanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. I salute unto you, Bhagavan, Sri Krishna, Guru, Master of the world, Son of Vasudeva, Supreme Bliss of Devaki, Destroyer of Kamsa and Chanura. Next, we will invoke the sacred knowledge of Bhagavad Gita with the mantra. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Gratitam Purana Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamrita Varshinim Bhagavati Ashtadasa Dhyayinim Amba Vam Anusandadhami Bhagavad Gita Bhavadveshini. Om, I meditate upon you, Bhagavad Gita, the affectionate Divine Mother, showering the nectar of Advaita, non-duality, and destroying rebirth, incorporated into the midst of Mahabharata of 18 chapters by sage Vyasa, the author of the Puranas, and imparted to Arjuna by Bhagavan Narayana himself. So now, let us enter into the recap first, because it is the continuation of this. So I would suggest everybody to switch on the camera, because this is really going to heal you. Recap now. See, last session, Vibhuti Yoga, Krishna explained his glories. Yoga of divine manifestations, Vibhuti Yoga. He explained how he is the ultimate and how he expressed himself. The ultimate secret that Krishna wants to reveal is that existence, Parashakti, Brahman is your friend, not your enemy. He explains existence is intelligence. It continuously cares for you. The surrender mood can transform your whole consciousness. It can make you experience the ultimate truth, says Krishna. He explains his vibhuti, his divine glory. Krishna says, finally, that there is no end to his glories. Krishna says to Arjuna, whatever I have said, whatever more I can say, will only be a drop in the ocean, a small fragment of what I am. Please imagine if whatever he said is only a fragment of him, of what he is, then how infinite he is. He says, there's nothing that is not me, nothing that can exist outside of me, and nothing that has not been created from and by me. He has given the background to Arjuna so that he is prepared. Arjuna is prepared. Arjuna means whole humanity is prepared to see Bhagavan's formless form. Bhagavan's formless form. When Krishna reveals his cosmic form to Arjuna in today's chapter, understand? Arjuna is now in total surrender and in deep gratitude. Please understand, before anybody can have the Visvarupa Darshana, before having cosmic, before the revelation happens to his cosmic form, Arjuna and humanity has to be in total surrender and in deep gratitude. Now, the Visvarupa Darshana. Please understand, Krishna is the cosmic window. Now, how does one experience cosmos, universal consciousness? What exactly happens? What does actually anybody need? What is the basic qualification we need for this experience? Krishna explains and gives the direct, pure experience with his very cosmic presence. Understand? In this chapter, Sri Krishna shows his cosmic and divine form to Arjuna. Krishna gives Arjuna the experience of universal consciousness. For the first time, Arjuna is about to experience Sri Krishna's divine form. Of all the chapters in Bhagavad Gita, this chapter, Visvarupa Darshana Yoga, vision of the cosmic form, has a very special significance. It is in this chapter that Krishna reveals his divine self, that of Parat Brahma Krishna. Elsewhere, he speaks with the authority of Parat Brahma Krishna, but he is still present as the mortal human Krishna form. Please understand, anywhere Bhagavan speaks with the authority of Parabrahma Krishna, but he was still present as the mortal human Krishna form. But now, at Arjuna's request, he reveals his true cosmic self to Arjuna. Please understand, this is the most important of all the chapters in Bhagavad Gita. Direct revelation of the divine. He gives the experience directly. He is saying, I am everything. He gives the experience of the ultimate universal consciousness and the realization that he is present in everything. He is everything. He is present in everything. And everything is from him. Krishna reveals himself as not just an incarnation, but as also the very source from which everything flows. He is the source of all sources, the cause of all causes, the source of all the worlds and universes. Understand, Arjuna's questions have all disappeared now. His incompletions, delusions have dissolved. It is not that Arjuna is not aware of Krishna's divinity. He is aware. Understand, the wave in the ocean is part of the ocean. As long as it feels itself to be part of the ocean, there is no separation. However, when the wave experiences its own identity, creates its own identity, it no longer feels itself a part of the ocean. It feels itself to be a separate entity. When it is time to merge back into that ocean, it is afraid. The wave is afraid. When the wave looks back at the ocean with a feeling of separation, it feels afraid. So, Arjuna is aware of Krishna's divinity, but even though he is part of Krishna, he came from Krishna. Because he is an individual wave, he feels afraid because of the feeling of separation. Arjuna says, O Yogeshwara, master of all mystic power, please show me your imperishable cosmic self. As your devotee who surrenders to you, I ask of you to please show me your entire splendor, your wisdom, your truth, and all that you really are. Arjuna says, O Parameshwara, Lord Supreme, though you are here before me, as you have declared yourself, I wish to see the divine cosmic form of yours, O Purushottama, Supreme Being. Then Krishna says, O Arjuna, but you cannot see me with your own physical eyes. Let me give you the divine eye. Behold my divine power and opulence. You need the Trinetra to hold my form. You can't see with your human two eyes. So he speaks about Divya Netra. Before Krishna gives darshan of the universal form, he makes an important, beautiful statement. O Arjuna, you cannot see my form with ordinary eyes. To behold this form, you would need Divya Netra, the divine third eye. Let me give you the divine eye to enable you to see and experience me. Please understand, all of you. All of you mostly have been initiated into third eye in the programs of Swamiji. So, be ready. Just put your awareness on your third eye and experience. Bhagavan is starting to give the Visvarupa Darshana now, vision of his cosmic form. Now let us see through Arjuna's eyes. Now Krishna is saying to Arjuna, O Arjuna, may you start seeing whatever exists. Stavara and Jangama means immovable and movable. Please understand, Bhagavan is not only instructing Arjuna, he is also initiating Arjuna and us through this instruction. So, O humanity, may you start seeing whatever exists, immovable and movable. The universe that no ordinary man can see. As these instructions are passing by, let us all experience each and every word. No ordinary man can see this. Even the great sages have not seen or aware of this sight. I actually recommend everybody sit straight and close your eyes and listen to every word and have the darshan in your third eye. Even the great sages have not seen or aware of this sight, O humanity. Krishna, in his infinite compassion and love for Arjuna, shows him all these wonderful universal forms. Here is a wonderful phenomenon. Now, Krishna gives Arjuna the power to see what is happening in the whole universe, not only in the present, but in the past and the future also. Divyamalyambaradharam divyagandhanulepanam sarvaschairyamayam devam anantam vishvatomukham. I'll do again. Om divyamalyambaradharam divyagandhanulepanam sarvascharyamayam devam anantam vishvatomukham. Means Arjuna is seeing this universal form wearing divine garlands and clothing, anointed all over with celestial fragrances, all wonderful, brilliantly resplendent, endless, with all pervading faces on all sides, If the splendor of 1,000 suns were to blaze all together in the sky, it would be like the splendor, effulgence of the great Supreme Lord. Please imagine the divine form with 1,000 suns being at blaze all together at one time. Celestial fragrances, brilliant, endless, with all pervading faces on all sides. Divine garlands, clothes. Now, here are 3 questions that are essence of this whole chapter. Seeing the divine form. Can the divine form be seen? What is the qualification to see the divine form? What really happens when you see the divine form? All of us have these questions. Yes, it can be experienced now. This is the solid truth. The first thing that you need to know is that it is possible. Only then we will be able to have this experience of the darshan. The first thing that you need to know is that it is possible. Only then what Sri Krishna says will work on our being. All that you need is complete trust in the Master that what he says will happen. Next, what is the qualification? By giving this experience to Arjuna, Krishna proves that there is no need for any qualification because Arjuna himself has no qualification. So, we really don't need any qualification to experience him now. Arjuna neither took the responsibility nor understood fully the teachings of Krishna. He was simply fortunate to be in the presence of Krishna. You too are fortunate to be here. There were thousands of possibilities for you to be elsewhere. But you chose to be here. This is the only qualification. In fact, O humanity, you are the Arjuna who missed Krishna in an earlier form. First, we acknowledge the possibility of having the experience. Next, the qualification. Simply by being here, we are qualified for the experience. Understand? Next, what happens when you have the experience? Next, what happens when you have this Visvarupa Darshana experience? The vision of 360 degrees happens. Trinetra, divine eye or third eye, also called Ajna Chakra. You will see and experience the whole existence as you. This experience is what Krishna calls cosmic consciousness. The experience of the entire universe is part of the body happens. For Arjuna now, there is no separation of the individual and the whole. The whole is part and the part is whole. At another level, the whole universe exists within you. Arjuna saw in the universal form unlimited mouths. Please understand. Unlimited mouths. eyes, unlimited, wonderful visions. He sees the whole as his own being. Understand? He sees the whole as his own being. Arjuna is awestruck and is in silence. Wherever he looked was Krishna. Krishna in many forms, many shapes, many non-forms and non-shapes. In the body of the Supreme Lord, Arjuna saw the whole universe divided and at the same time united in one form. The vision that Arjuna beheld enveloped him completely. He was, in fact, part and experience of that vision as well. Arjuna sees the glowing form everywhere adorned with various crowns and discs. Some of what he sees is formless energy. He perceives radiance, more powerful than 1,000 suns blazing. Impossible to look at even with his divine eye. Please understand, for Arjuna, it was even impossible to look at with his divine eye, even divine eye. He was just awestruck. He's watching many shapes, many forms. Everything is united into one form. Now, when Arjuna had his first glimpse of the cosmic vision of Krishna, he identified with the vision. There was no separation, but suddenly there is separation also. Understand? There was no separation and suddenly there is separation also. So, along with the separation, there came the fear. Anywhere we feel the separation, fear comes. The moment he started feeling fear, he descended to his normal state. Before, he was in a trance, watching the whole darshan of the formless and with the form. Now, the moment the fear struck, he descended to his normal state. You should understand that it is only your fear that separates you from cosmic consciousness. When we drop the instinct to survive, we become the universal consciousness. The master is that universal consciousness. All the time we feel that we have to survive, the instinct behind. When we drop that, we become the universal consciousness. And Guru, Master, Krishna is the universal consciousness. Now, Arjuna is terrified. Still the Visvarupa Darshan is happening. Bhagavan is standing there endlessly. And here Arjuna is terrified. He is asking, who are you? What are you here for? You are so fierce, Krishna. Oh Lord, I see men disappearing into you as rivers rush into the mighty oceans. I see creatures speed into destruction within you. You are terrifying me. Have mercy upon me. Death is the ultimate fear. Because he's seeing men are disappearing. Creatures are speeding into destruction. So death is the ultimate fear. Even the great warrior Arjuna trembles when faced with death. Please understand, Guru cannot be put in a frame. Bhagavan cannot be put in a frame. Bhagavan and the master cannot be predicted. So, Arjuna had an entirely different picture of Bhagavan. So, he was unable to predict this universal form. Master cannot be put in a frame. The primal energy that the master is has to be experienced in whatever manner it is presented without expectations and fears. Without expectations and fears. Bhagavan is saying, now he's saying, I am time. The moment Arjuna was terrified, Bhagavan says, I am time, O Arjuna. Krishna explains in these verses what he really is. Kalosmi, I am time, says Krishna. I devour and destroy the world. This is one of the most potent truths uttered by Krishna in Gita. I devour and destroy the world. For the first time, Krishna says, I am the destroyer. I am Kala, time, and I destroy. Time never stands still. The future constantly moves into the present, and from present, it moves into the past. Krishna is stating a simple fact here. Bhagavan is saying to Arjuna, with or without you, all these warriors whom you are seeing in this battlefield will be dead. With or without you, whether you fight or not. Because universe decided already. All these warriors will be dead as time. Because I am time, I am Kala, I shall devour them. It is not you who are the cause for their death, O Sabyasachi, Arjuna. By just being the instrument of their destruction, get up and be the gainer of fame. Understand? Arjuna is only going to be an instrument for this destruction, but with or without him, already those warriors are dead. So, gain the fame for this, even though you are not the cause, Bhagavan is saying. Stand up, get up, and be the gainer of fame, wealth, and power. As Mahakala, time personified, Krishna destroys all, the good and the bad. Time moves on and destroys the present into past, future into present and past. As time, Mahakala, Krishna is neutral. He knows what will happen in the future, and yet he does not influence the future. He does not influence it, even though he knows about it. Be aware and complete. Only when we are aware and complete in the present moment can we rewrite our future. By being grounded in the present state of completion, one can become aware of the future and one can shape one's future. Please understand, all this is revealed in this darshan. Whatever I'm speaking, every line.
A lot already. Massive. Can't even imagine.
By being grounded in the present state of completion, one can become aware of the future and one can shape one's future.
Yay. All right, here's a question from the seeker, Sri Vedavyasa. So here the question comes from a seeker. She's asking, there are many people who claim that they are enlightened, okay? Some people come together to organize a community in the name of spiritual teaching. They either earn money in this way or do it in a non-profit way. As a seeker with zero understanding of spirituality, how to have the maturity to search an authentic guru to start the journey to enlightenment?
This person, whoever questioned, is a true Arjuna, I tell you.
She's here.
This question is the question which Arjuna will ask after the Visvarupa Darshana is over, in the next chapter, which is going to come.
Okay.
Mind-blowing chapter, next chapter. This question is exactly what Arjuna will be asking. And I will be talking about a whole chapter about this question in the next session. But before that, let me just answer you on top. See, understand, anybody who claims enlightened, it is a great responsibility. So easily they cannot claim. Okay? See, understand, whatever they are teaching should be authenticated by scriptures, Shastra Pramana. It should be Apta Pramana. Means his guru's experience should also be authenticated with it. And Atma Pramana means his own self-experience. All these three have to align with what a person is speaking, what a guru is speaking about. Only then we will understand. Yes, because anybody having a self-experience cannot claim I am enlightened. They may be enlightened, but we don't know about it. Only when it is authenticated by Shastra and only by when it's authenticated by his Apta, means whoever he learned from also had the same experience, and his Atma, his own experience. First thing. Second thing, any meditation or any teaching will definitely give, because they are all good words, they will definitely give you a certain transformation in the beginning. Maybe a little bit of health, maybe a little bit of this and that, but it will become stagnant. But when you are learning from an enlightened master, it will never become stagnant for you. Because not only that person is teaching you good words and good knowledge, he is also able to transmit his own enlightened experience into you. When his enlightened experience, that Shakti, is transmitted into you as an initiation, then definitely you should be able to recognize the other person as an enlightened master. Please understand, because all these meditation techniques or anything is taken from some yoga book or that book or this book, immediately you will have little bit of change, but it should not stop there. Swamiji always says, if you don't transform in 21 days before this, after this initiation, then leave me, he says. So, when an enlightened incarnation transmits something, there will definitely be a shift in you before 21 days. That itself will tell you what kind of a master they are. Because they should be able to transmit their experience to you. Understand? I will tell you how. Let me give you an example. First time when I saw Swamiji, I didn't know anything about Swamiji at all. At all. Accidentally, well, I shouldn't call it an accident, it's an incident, but as a human being, we think it's an accident. Accidentally, when I was in this program, I'd never seen his face. I didn't know his name. I didn't know anything. Accidentally, I was there. Because of somebody, I was there. Swamiji came onto the stage. Still, I didn't know that he was Swamiji. I thought, oh, some young boy has come onto the stage. Anyhow, let me proceed. Whole thing I can't explain. So after 4 days of the program, the last day, it was Ananda Darshan. In Ananda Darshan, you were not supposed to ask boons. Because second day, you were supposed to ask in Energy Darshan, that was over. This fourth day, you're not supposed to ask boons. So they asked us to proceed without having this, the desire, whatever. Please understand, 300 people were there in front of me. I passed. I came out of the dais. Around 8 people or 10 people were there in front of me. That's it. My mind stopped working. Please understand, my mind stopped. I could not cognize anything. I could not respond anything. I could not do anything. I did not have any kind of desire or anything. I was totally no mind state. At that moment, still 8-10 people were there in front of me. That means what? His presence, just his presence made me experience his no mind state. I went there to him. He hugged me. Please understand, they announced in the program that he will not be talking and we shouldn't be talking. But the moment I went there, he started talking to me. And please understand, till today, I am unable to forget that state. It was totally something. Understand, an incarnation, just by his presence, can give you his state to you. I don't know, 1 hour I didn't understand anything. I went to him, I took a hug, I did everything, I came back. He was asking me, what do you want? What do you want? He's talking to me, he's chatting to me there. He was, throughout the program, throughout that Ananda Darshan, he was not speaking to anybody. Because they announced very clearly many times, he won't talk and we are not supposed to talk. But he was chatting, he was talking, he was asking. I was in total, I don't know what it was. And please understand, today I'm telling you, and I was coming down the dais. And I turned back and saw him. He was hugging somebody, some man. Understand, I experienced Yogi Krishna. Krishna. I don't know. And he was looking at me. Till today, that look is haunting me. I tell you. After that, I had many, many experiences. That is totally something else. But that day, he was looking not like a Vrindavana Krishna. He was not even like a Jnana Krishna, Gita Krishna. He was looking like a Yogi Krishna, total yogi. And I was, I don't know, appalled and awed, and I don't know, I just don't have words. That is what a true incarnation can do to a person. He does not even need to touch you. He does not even need to tell you or teach you anything. He does not even need to give you any meditation technique. He doesn't need to give you any puja or mantra. Just by his presence, he gave me a no mind state. He didn't give. His presence gave. Just his presence transmitted that no mind state to me that 1 hour. Understand? That is then immediately you will be able to recognize he's an enlightened master. He's an incarnation. Then any amount of stories, any amount of anything cannot remove that experience from you. Understand? Any amount of videos, anything cannot do anything. Even if that Lord himself comes and tells you, hey, I'm not a right person to you, or I'm not right, still you won't believe. Even if Swamiji comes and tells me now, I am fake, you know what, or everything is true, that is this is that, I will not believe.
Sounds familiar.
Because I know what I experienced just by his presence.
True. I think it happened for many of us.
Yes.
You know, when all the noise were happening, or persecution, and all the fake allegation was going on, but you just know, because once you experience Swamiji's presence, you will never forget, and you just hold on to the experience. You know that he's a real thing.
So please understand, as in the question, how to have the maturity to search an authentic guru to start the journey. No, you don't need maturity. You don't need to search. He will come to you.
True.
Guru comes to you. You, with an honest intention and open inner space, just sit there, really seeking Guru. Guru will come to you. You don't have to search. You don't need any maturity, any qualification, nothing. Anyhow, I think I've told enough. Now, next, let me speak about, but this question will continue. Please project this question next session also. That's exactly what Arjuna is going to ask, and whole chapter will be revealed with that one question. How to recognize. Now, Krishna, the destroyer, when Krishna speaks of destroying and wiping out the world, he is talking about the destruction of the illusory physical and material world. He is the destroyer of fantasies, identities. He too is the energy of Shiva, the rejuvenator. Shiva's aspect of Kala Bhairava is the time that Krishna is referring to. He is the controller of past, present, and future, and all that happens in time. So Krishna is time, Krishna is Kala Bhairava, Krishna is Shiva, and Shiva is Krishna. So Arjuna is so overwhelmed by the fearsome sight of Krishna as Mahakala, devouring everything, that Arjuna's devotion is at its peak. He salutes to Krishna as the source of all beings, the creator of Brahma. Arjuna completes with his guilt, his self-doubts, and drops it in front of his Lord and Master, saying, "Oh, Bhagavan, forgive me." Oh Bhagavan, forgive me, he says. And he's completing with the master. Because completion with master is enlightenment. A yogi is one who has passed beyond the turbulences. He understands that the divine is without attributes. Please understand. Divine is without any attributes. When we realize that we are rid of our illusions, then we will get liberated. Guru-disciple relationship is the most rare happening with the ultimate. Please understand, our surrendering means ultimately the surrender of the devotee to our master is like the surrender of the infant to the mother. That evokes this unconditional love. This unconditional love is not different from the realization of the divine. So now, Arjuna is making his final plea. Show me your form that I am familiar with, he says. He tells Arjuna that no one has had this great privilege of seeing his cosmic form. No penances, no rituals, no scriptural reading, and no charities would gain this vision for anyone. It is Krishna who decides how he reveals himself to his devotees and disciples. It is a gift from the master. Krishna now appears first in his four-handed beautiful divine form that Arjuna is comfortable with, because now Arjuna said, I am terrified. Come back to your normal form. Arjuna is pleading. That is why Krishna now, he came back to his original form. First, he will appear as a four-handed beautiful divine form. And finally, he becomes as Vasudeva Krishna, Vasudeva's son. Gentle human form he becomes, which is Arjuna is used to this form. So Arjuna has now seen Sri Krishna in all his forms. He experienced Sri Krishna in all his forms. The true universal form of Virata Rupa or Visvarupa that Arjuna found fearsome. The beautiful, much gentler, adorable form with four hands, Chaturbhuja, and finally back to the human form that Arjuna has always known. He's seen the Virat Rupa also. He's seen the Chaturbhuja divine form also. And he's seen the normal human form also. So now, Bhagavan concludes. Krishna concludes this chapter with a clear direction of what a devotee should do to reach him. Please understand. What should a devotee do to reach him? What reaching Krishna means what? Getting enlightened, isn't it? Becoming him. So, what should a devotee do to reach him? Krishna clearly gives a direction in this chapter. He says, Bhagavan says, work for me. Work for my mission. Surrender to me as the Supreme with no reservations. Bhagavan says, have no attachment to whatever you do. Surrender the results and fruits of your action to me. Please understand this. Each thing is Bhagavan is directing us to reach him. Working for him, his mission. surrendering to Him as the Supreme with no reservations, having no attachment to any of our action, without desiring for the fruits of it. Look upon everyone as your own self without dislike or hatred. Means what? Feeling even the other person is consciousness. If you look at them as yourself, then there will not be any dislike and hatred. What Krishna says here is very significant. Enrich for me, he says. He who works for me will reach me, will come to me, he says. Please listen. Rupa means the parts of you which you remember and associate yourself with and make others experience as you is Rupa. Usually, whatever you associate yourself with and show as you to others is Rupa. Visvarupa means cognizing the whole Vishwa, universe, as you and making the whole Vishwa, universe, cognize you as Vishwa. Please understand. I'll repeat. Whatever you associate yourself with and whatever you are showing yourself as you to others is form, Rupa. Vishwarupa, universal form, means you should be cognizing that whole universe as you and making the whole universe cognize you as it, as universe. So listen, enriching is the direct process to cognize you as Vishwa or Vishwa as you. Enriching is directly useful, successful, says Krishna. Krishna is saying enriching is directly successful in life because with more and more enriching, you will less and less cognize yourself as the 6 feet body, and you will more and more cognize yourself with the people who carry the completion space you are living. I tell you, taking up enriching yourself and others as your cognition, suddenly you will realize not only you are Rupa, the center of your life, you are also Vishwarupa, the center of the cosmic life. You are not just center of your life, you are center of the whole cosmic life. Enriching is the direct process to transform you from Rupa to Vishwarupa. May the blessings of Parabrahma Krishna, the Supreme Lord, be upon you all. Dissolve into the universal consciousness and let us all be in Nityananda, eternal bliss. Now, let us enter into the meditation. All of you, please sit straight, close your eyes. Let's enter into a meditation. Everyone. Just for a few minutes, sit straight, close your eyes, spine straight, neck straight, shoulders. Now, close your eyes, put your awareness on your third eye. And whatever till now was shared about Lord Krishna's Vishwarupa, please start experiencing his divine form, his universal form in your third eye. Please start. Please sit down. No body movements at all. Please sit down. 1, 2, 3, start. Experience Bhagavan's universal form in your third eye. Please do not open your eyes until I tell you. Please sit absolutely in silence and focus on third eye. Now, slowly, very slowly, please open your eyes. Slowly, very slowly, please open your eyes. So, are there any questions or any experience you want to share about the Visvarupa?
Anyone, you can type on the chat box, the chat. You know, the moment you started the session with the talking through the whole slides, already at some point in time, my mind is already blank, and it's just like I'm just seeing like a huge, vast cosmos. It's just seeing like in the divine eye, the whole vast space.
Wow.
Huge, dark, vast space. It's all huge, like lots of galaxy, lots of planets. It's just a huge dark space. That's all I'm just seeing. That's a vision only while you're talking.
Oh, wow.
That was the vision I had throughout the whole time. Then of
Wow.
course I saw Swamiji. Yeah.
Anybody else? Anybody else? Any experience? Any question? Yes, Shankari. Saw flash of lightning as the energy of Krishna. Then I heard Krishna answered my question and gave instructions to me how to fix the problems I'm facing now. Wow. Parameshwari, when can we chant the mantra to invoke Sri Krishna and mantra to invoke the Gita? When can we what?
When can we or when do we chant the mantra to invoke Sri Krishna? I know the two mantras that you chant earlier at the beginning of the session.
Yes, you can chant anytime, whenever, just when you want to remember Krishna, you can just chant that. You can just chant that. If you're saying, if you want to learn, is that what you're asking?
No, Ma. Like, for example, it just struck me, today that, if I start to read the Bhagavad Gita, I should, chant this to chant first before I read, and that probably will make a difference. So it just struck me today, when do I chant this? And I thought that, reading the Bhagavad Gita before we read that, we should be doing this.
See, every single time anybody, when they start the Bhagavad Gita, they have to chant this. It's actually, it is mandatory. This first two chants, anytime any person wants to read Bhagavad Gita, they have to chant this before they start it.
That's what I felt just now earlier. And then today, somehow I wanted to ask this. And then this was the first time I felt, okay, got it, Ma. Thank you so much.
Yes, but
finally,
but even if you're not reading Bhagavad Gita, if somebody doesn't have time to read Bhagavad Gita at all, just by chanting that mantra and remembering him is enough to experience him. So, you don't have to do any difficult practices or anything to experience Bhagavan. Just Krishna, you can just say that and remember this verse. That's it, over. Already he's with you. Understand? So these two verses, not only you can read before Bhagavad Gita, that is anyway mandatory, but you can use these verses anywhere in any prayer, even in the morning when you want to pray to God. You can just think of this one verse is enough. The prayer, big prayer is over. Understand? You can use this as a meditation also, actually. Just close your eyes, remember this chant in your mind and visualize Krishna. I feel it's very huge meditation technique. It's already done. Yes, great. I can't wait. Shankari is saying she can't wait for the next session. I want to know the answer from Lord Krishna. Great.
Please
Rosita is saying,
encourage more people also to come.
yes, I also saw flashing of light. You know what? Next chapter is a very, very important chapter, actually. All chapters are important, but next chapter is actually, I feel it's the heights. So I feel, enrich a lot of people. In Visvarupa Darshana itself, the instruction from Bhagavan Krishna is to share with people. So share with people. Let us see how many people will come next class. This might help, because the sharing and enriching will help us better than any meditation technique.
True.
That's what. Okay. Anyhow, now, thank you, everybody. So we will conclude the session today.
We go to the last few slides.
Yeah.
So as you all know that the new season of the Paramashiva Home level 1, 2, 3 has already started since 1st of December. So now we already crossed like 11 days. So we're now, I think 9 more days, 10, 12 days, 9 more days to go. So please, make sure that you are there in the morning for the Darshan, and also if you're free, attend the Jnana session as well for the different topic of initiations. Next slide. So once again, just before we wrap up, I want to thank all of you for coming. I think today we had a bigger crowd than last week, which is good. So Swamiji says that to have a breakthrough in the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita and to manifest abundance in our life, just again enrich 11 people a day about this book and this science of living enlightenment, and also bring them for the next session. Okay, so that is what his instruction to all the people who are entangling with Krishna and in this through this book, Bhagavad Gita Decoded. So
I want to say something here. The next session is Bhakti Yoga.
Yes,
and
Bhakti Yoga.
I don't know how many of you attended the Tamil diaspora program. I think 2-3 days before Swamiji came for a meeting in the night, in midnight, for all of you. I don't know how many of you attended. In that, after the whole meeting was over, somewhere in between, before ending, he said one thing which caught he said, it's easy to get wealth. It's easy to get fame. He said, he can just like that, every one of you who are desiring for wealth or relationships or fame or profession or anything, he said, you can have it very easily. He can just like that simply give it to you when you ask. But he said, bhakti is one thing.
Yes.
If you ask, it will not come. He said, if you ask, he will not give. Only when he wants to give bhakti, we will get bhakti, he said.
It's true, Ba. He said it's his gift to the people he wants.
See, so please understand, Bhagavan to give us bhakti, if it is such an ultimate gift, he's saying he will give anything in this world to us. But bhakti is a gift which he will give it to us when he wants to. That means, please understand how important the next chapter is, Bhakti Yoga.
Exactly. So do download the book. If you don't have the physical book, here's a link for you to download. And do come back for the next very, very sweet chapter, Bhakti Yoga. It's all about devotion.
Shankari is asking what is Bhakti. You will know in the next session.
Bhakti is devotion. How to feel connected to Guru, to Swamiji, to Krishna. That is Bhakti. See,
Bhakti is a nectar, ma.
Yeah, it's
nectar. That's it.
It's just sweetness in the heart when you experience the Guru. It's like how sweet your life is when you have Bhakti Yoga. He did say before that anything, just ask for Bhakti. Once you have Bhakti, you have everything. Bhakti is that's it. So if you ask intelligent thing, is ask for bhakti. Without bhakti, you don't have anything. You're still poor, even though you're the richest man on planet Earth. Okay, have bhakti, you have everything.
Yeah.
So, Ma, you can go ahead and conclude with the Purna mantra today.
Yes, we will conclude with the Purna mantra. Om Purnamada
Purnamida Purnamudachyate
Purnasya
Purnamaya
Purnamaya Purnamevavasishyate Om
Om
Shanti,
Shanti
Shanti, Shanti.
Hari
Hari Om Tat
Sarvam Satgurupada
Parmashiva Padkarpanamstu
Nityananda.
Nityanandam. Thank you all. Look forward to see all of you back next Wednesday. Nityanandam.
Nityananda.
Nityananda.
See you.